Hey everyone, how's it going? It is either real Randy Chavez coming at you today with a Vivi OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And become a member, there's lots of perks, and also Steve Cannon photo. There do be one left though. Anywho, OMI is up 2.6% on the day, which is actually pretty surprising. We've been down for the past couple weeks, but the reason is because we have 900,000 in volume instead of the 600,000 in volume that we had. This does come from like the middle of the day, like 12-ish hours ago, where we had a couple of big jumps there. Just probably, no, it wasn't my boy. It might have been someone that I knew, but I don't know exactly who it was. It could have been a couple of people doing a couple of different things at one time. No mind effort to pump the price. Again, it's not a really crazy amount. I don't think they did anything nuts with it. It's just it just went up 2.6%. I don't know if they bought into some sell orders that were really big. There were some really big ones that were out there that could have been filled. Unsure. Or they could have just been taken away. We are actually outperforming the rest of the top 10, with the exception of Toncoin, which is up 6.6%. But BIT is up 1.8, ETH up 0.7, XRP up 1.9, which is pretty good. Then again, Toncoin is up 6.6%. I don't even know what that is. Comment down below if you know what that is. Anyway, moving on. One of my whales was looking to get a little bit more today from somebody that we're just doing an OTC trade with somebody else that just doesn't want to go on exchanges, and was like, yeah, sure, but they haven't gotten back to me yet, or they haven't gotten back to us with the OMI, so instead, in the meantime, we had gone on and bought a sub 100 Simba. Now, the reason why we had done this, why I kind of advised him to do this, is because he had already had one. So, okay, cool. Now you could start your stack. But also because I had bought one the other day, and then I go on and post yesterday, 20 hours ago, as of the making of this video. Simba is on the move, climbed 40% in 3 days. I bought mine at like 27, 28. He was up to 38 at that point. I'll see exactly what he's up to right now. And I took a notice. Now, he bought a sub 100, and I'll tell you why. So he's the same price as yesterday, 37.99, so he's 38. But I asked him to do the sub 100 again because regardless of whether you have 500 collectibles like the Vivi Gold and Silver logo, or you have 28,000 collectibles like some of the Marvel Mighties, every single collectible only has 59 sub 100s from the 41 to the 99. And I saw in and I mentioned this the other day, on a TikTok, there was Mr. Champ 310, and Mr. Champ 310 had on TikTok that he had, and it was actually on the thumbnail, number 45, 46, 49, and number 50. So it has 1/3 of the entire sub 50 supply, and then just number 50 on top of that. So it has 4 out of the 59 potential ones. He had already had one. It was like, okay, grab another one. The cheapest one was $200. He got it. Now the cheapest one is $250. If we have a really good, I told him I might get one after Comic-Con, because Comic-Con is just a big expensive thing. You have hotels, you have a lot of tickets for stuff, you have a lot of after parties. It just tends to be very expensive, and I'm not even one that has to really travel for it. You have a bunch of other people that have to really go and travel, pay airfare and stuff. But I told him after that, I'll pick one of those up if they're still down there. But that's what he had stacked. There's some more stacking on the way. Seems like I know somebody that has at least a couple of the new golden Sesame Street Cookie Monster and Oscar the Grouch. Now, Oscar the Grouch was his favorite. I was like, okay, well, you could do one of two things. And the thing that I told him to do is like, just get an Oscar the Grouch from the store, because there were people that said yesterday, hey, I bought one off the market and I couldn't craft it. Like, okay, so just buy one from the store, $60. And then when you go and you craft the new one, that new one is like $20 that you craft it for free. So you can then go ahead and sell both of them. You take a little bit of a profit, or you can go and hold both of them, and you get two free one. You get a free one for, that's $60. You get a complete set for the first one, and you get half a set for the second one. And be advised, Oscar the Grouch is only $18 for the secret rare. And then the Cookie Monster is a little bit the same. It's only $15 for the Cookie Monster secret rare, and $34. So I told him for the Cookie Monster, you're better off just buying from the store, or not from the store, from the market for both of them, because in total it's like $54, or I'm sorry, like $51. as opposed to just buying one from the store. Now, buying one from the store, you could have possibly a good mint, crafting that yourself. You could also get a good mint. So if you go and buy from the market, you don't really have that chance to get a good mint. But the chance of getting something really good like that are, relatively low in general. But again, if you want to gamble, you can gamble. So around the Akomiverse yesterday, somebody had gone on and Dr. Stuff had asked about, hey, what about Larkana, which is the new Disney trading card game. And I get it, a lot of people that maybe weren't super into Disney are into Disney now because of what they represent over on Vivi. And I was like, okay, listen, if you have a certain collectible or a certain card that you're into, let's say you really want the Elsa, Enchanted Elsa, and the Enchanted Elsa in PSA 10, there was an auction yesterday, I went for $2,000. I was like, okay, listen, me here, my guy. If you want to go spend $2,000, I would not advise it. And I told him because you have there's only a few of them. I guarantee you there's less than 100 of those Elsas that are PSA 10 that are that great. And because this game has only been out for so long, been such a short amount of time. So I could go and sell it. I could be like, if I had that card, I'd be like, there's less than 100 of these. She's one of the highest grossing characters of all time. She is a queen, not even a princess, a queen, matriarch. This is, and I would go and tell him, and I would sell it as the best thing ever. But when in reality, it's not like that. When in reality, it's such a new card. I guarantee you, there's hundreds of those cards graded PSA 10 at some point. Just because, I get it how scarce it is, but there's no difference between this card and the next mint run of cards. It's not like this card has a 1 for a first edition, and then the next mint run will not have it, and these will stay scarce forever. These cards are very popular. Those printers will go burr, and those printers, as they go burr, they will mint more of these cards, and just the population will just get more and more diluted over on PSA. And that's just on PSA, not including BGS, not including CGC. And that's what I really love about Vivi is that when you have one of these collectibles, let's say like Golden Moments Elsa, there's no more Golden Moments Elsa. Now we have this type of Elsa, the new one from the Frozen 2, which I think is cool. I can't believe I got a secret rare Anna, a sub 100 Anna for $100. I thought that was amazing. Anyway, there's going to be no more of those certain types of collectibles. There could be new ones. A new Frozen from maybe Frozen 3 when they make that. Any movie that makes this amount of money, you're going to have a third one. It's going to happen. But I'm really curious to see if David mentions something like this as far as, physical versus digital, where he is talking tomorrow. He's going to be over at a Sunrise, which is a conference organized in Auckland, New Zealand by Australia's largest venture capital fund, Blackbird. So he is going to talk with them about it. I don't know if it's about that particular subject, but if you're not there and you're like, oh, how am I going to see his talk? I don't know how much, he's only on stage for 40 minutes, and I assume a couple minutes of that is the introduction. Hey, I'm David, from wherever. And only 30 minutes. I don't think he'll talk about that one thing. I don't know if we'll get anything new. We might get some new announcements on that. I'm not sure. That will be uploaded to YouTube the next day. So he's talking on the 20th. We'll probably get it on the 21st, 22nd over on YouTube. I don't know if that'll be Akomi's channel or if that will be the Vivi's channel. We shall keep you posted. But speaking of Vivi's channel and Akomi, we have Akomi Rhys over in Telegram the past couple days saying, very much looking forward to the waitlist optimizations to be done so that we can get closer when people start to spend their MCP points. I think once that happens and more features are available, we should see the activity and competition pick up across the board, which is a bit of a collectible gamification in and of itself. So shout out to Rhys for going and keeping us pumped. Moving on. He also says that bronze tickets are now in development, and once that's done, we'll have a better idea on OMI to NFT timeline. So we've known that bronze tickets are in development. When are they rolled out? I'm hoping that rolls out in Q4. If it does, great. If not, no big deal. We'll get it in Q1. But once that is done, he didn't say that's next on our list. As soon as this is done, we're automatically going to start working on OMI to NFT. I think OMI to Gem would probably be better. That might come first. And I think you might have OMI to Accessory that also might come first, but that might fall under a Viviverse product. That might not fall under Vivi itself. I don't know. But once this is done and rolled out, which again, likely in the next 6 months, we will get an updated timeline on OMI to NFT. And again, I think OMI to Gem comes first and OMI to Accessory comes before then, but we'll keep you posted. So Rhys answered a question on investments, saying, "For sure, I know how most people approach their collections. Vivi Collectibles have always had utility, though. There are plenty of people who enjoy creating showrooms and showing things off, and Viviverse will add to that experience and make it all more social while we're at it. I think people's actions will start to shift when that rolls out to more people. And obviously the MCP is designed to address some of the issues you're talking about, rewarding collectors, giving perks and advantages. It's taken a bit longer than I thought to get the first spending the points stage, but we will get there before you know it." And he goes on to say that this is a collectibles app, a collecting app, not an investing app. Obviously, they have to say that, even though a lot of us view it as an investing app, because even though it is a collectibles app, there's a good amount of things on here that's definitely going to go up in the future. Not financial advice. I do not work for this company at all. Moving on. Rhys goes on to say, "There's a few infrastructure pieces that have to be in place before you're able to buy OMI in the app. So before that can happen, so the decision was made to go for bronze tickets first. There are no tiers at this stage, though. So although we can scale the rewards and differentiate a bit depending on the deposit amount, but the first things first, let's just get the bronze ticket system built out, and then we'll cross that bridge talking about buying OMI in the app," which probably happen within the next year, I hope. We'll see. But it does say, somebody else asked him a question. I sent 50 OMI today to check it. It says, "Oh, you'll be able to see your layer 2 OMI balance on the bridge page, or if you can connect the same wallet address to the immutable marketplace, you won't see them back in MetaMask until you withdraw back to layer 1. Again, that's bridging. Everything on exchanges is layer 1. Everything on the app is layer 2. I'm surprised. All right, so somebody brought up the reserve wallet again, so I'll go over it again. He says, "Sorry, I thought you were talking about circulating supply. The Vivi token system will just keep running until it runs out or is depreciated," talking about the reserve wallet, which, again, nobody should really be paying attention to because those will never enter circulation. Those don't matter. The burns that really matter is from the circulating supply, which we will start to get hopefully end of this year. It says, "The new utilities coming to MCP will burn from the circulating supply and are the focal point moving forward. It's not sure when that 10 million figure is coming from." Oh, I guess somebody asked about $10 million going to burns. But it says, "But once the decision was made to do away with the buybacks, the team committed to burning 5.6 billion OMI from the Business Development Fund, which they have yet to do, but they will do at some point. And they also are donating 1 million gems into the gem liquidity pool. So this way, when people use that OMI to gem, that OMI does burn." It's going to be super fantastic. Unleash the Feesh. So we have Vivi Digital Collectibles going and posting Unleash the Feesh. We're excited to be partnering with Brock McBreadcat and the Feeshes to release premium 3D digital collectibles, celebrating artists including Mumbot, OGKMNDZ, FV Bricks, and it's 3 O's, 3 zeros, and 3 more O's as an Oscars. And then so we're going on talking about that. That's really heckin' cool. Link down below to mint a Feesh. So today's comic sold like 1,700 comics, so like only $17,000 was made for today's comic. I don't know why they made this 10,000 mints with a $10 price point, but they did. And we have somebody that kind of YOLO'd it. We have Lucy Scholl over on the Facebook saying, I can't say that word, "How dumb am I? Buying 15 pieces, basically buying 15 comics on the blind box for $10 to get 1 secret rare, which is actually available for 99 gems. So we spent $150 in order to get 1 secret rare, which is actually 99 gems. I thought that was hysterical. And it's not like they got to sell the others for a lot. The Ultra is going for $18. That's actually not bad. The Rare is actually going for $9, so that's almost at retail. Uncommon is $3.50, and the Common is $3.59. Common's actually outperforming the Uncommon, which is wild. Oh, so CryptoRain goes on and says, "A lot of discussion lately about if OMI can hit $5, probably kicked off by an excellent thought by Doctor of Stuff in last week's Around the Akomiverse. Here are my thoughts." It's less than a 2-minute video, but he goes and talks about some really interesting things. And I won't spoil it. I won't give it away. He leaves it very, very open-ended. My personal timeline for OMI reaching that price point is well into the 2030s. Like 10 years from now, maybe we hit $5. The math behind that is insane. To reach $5 without any burns would be a $1.5 trillion market cap, which I'm not saying we won't be able to get to in over a decade from now. But that's, I just don't see that happen. If we can get a ton of burns, and let's say by that point there's only 150 billion OMI. Well, okay, well, what's $5 of that? That's a $750 billion market cap. That is much more doable. And I think we can do that in a decade or even less. But that's if we burn half the supply. Who knows how much we'll be able to burn. Yeah, as wild thoughts. Vivi goes and they post, seeking to right the wrong of her past as part of S.H.I.E.L.D. and ultimately the Avengers, Black Widow uses her unequaled skills to protect the innocent. Inspired by the many looks of Black Widow, the Marvel nesting doll drops on Saturday, 23 September, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, new vertical, I guess. It's nesting dolls. I don't see this being very many dollars. I don't see this being... I'm not going to say it's like the Invisible Woman drop, where it was, like $5 or whatever it was. It seems like there's going to be 5 of these. If you go and you take a look at the... if you go and you just take a look at them, there are 5 of them. They're from... one's from Avengers, one's from her movie, one's from Infinity War, one is from Endgame. So they're from a bunch of the movies over the course of the last decade. One's even from Iron Man 2. And that's when she first appeared. Oh, it's great. If these are like $15, even at $15 blind boxes, it seems like a lot unless some of these are super scarce. Now, I don't know if I'll get the set, but I will get at least one of them. I do like nesting dolls. I had this neighbor, Shirley, when I was younger. She had nesting dolls. I was a kid. I played with them. They were cool. I don't think I played with them very much. I don't think this is anything that I would go super heavy on and investing in. I will just get one, maybe a whole set. I don't know, just for the nostalgia. I don't see very many people going and saying like, oh, yo, I'm going hard on these because they're going to be super great in the long run. I mean, if they're super scarce, they might be, but they kind of fit with her Russian nesting dolls. She is Russian. But again, I'm buying it for the nostalgia, not really of her. It's just for what I liked as a kid and so on and so forth. Speaking of things that I liked as a kid, I didn't really care for graphics too much. As long as the game was good, it didn't matter. Nintendo all the way. But we have some amazing graphics in the Viviverse. This is not the first look we're getting. This has already been leaked in other places. But we have some actual amazing looking collectibles that are just, oh my god, like this is not even fair. Like I feel so sorry for other places that just don't have these types of looks, that don't have these types of fantastic things about them. Anywho, moving on. Charles Delgado over on Facebook says, just topped off my 1300th comic collection with this ultra rare. And the ultra rare was Amazing Spider-Man. It doesn't say which one though. So I've been waiting for it to drop in this bear market, and it finally did. Got it for $15. Says, at the end of this, I will be back searching for another investment, or I'll be pretty well off. Let's hope for the best. So again, it's this particular one, and the price of it was $15. So ultra rare, very good deal. And he doesn't just have 1,300 comics. He has over 1,000 collectibles. So he has over 2,300 between comics and collectibles by himself. Over 1 million points. So shout out to Charles Delgado. One last thing. I'll end with some Cryptoys things. Cryptoys had, I guess, their new Disney drop where you had a Mickey, Minnie, or Pluto. And the Mickey and Minnies were like the more common ones, and the Pluto was the one that was hard to get. And we had a couple of people that I know that had purchased some. Dr. Stuff was not happy the other day, and I'll go into that in a minute. We had a couple people that purchased some, and the animations look really cool. Like, not for I don't know what they look like for the collectibles, but the animations for the unboxing was really cool. And you had a couple people that were just like, hey, can we do this on Vivi? And I think that would be cool to have it. The green truck is, is the past. It's iconic because of what it represented. But yeah, having something like that would be really dope. I think that'd be really fun. and you just need one of them. And I would also love it. The animation to open it took like a minute, and if you want to go and really like pound the like on Vivi, you don't want it to take a minute. You would maybe want to watch that every now and then, but definitely have the option to skip it. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. Comment down below what type of thing you would want if we're able to get some type of animation for an unboxing. I would really like it if we can get a blind box and not open it. I think that would be cool also. I don't think that's a really high priority for them right now. But at the same time, so I'll go over why Dr. Stuff is a little salty. And I was happy that Cryptoys did this. Obviously, it sucks for a lot of other people, where other people had said, hey, I think Cryptoys charges $40 for a blind box, which is a lot. And people are like, listen, I paid for 10, 20, 30 of these blind boxes, and that's it. I didn't get anything. I mean, they got a collectible, but they didn't really get anything. And then it came out like a few weeks ago that Cryptoys was going and saying, hey, if you buy some more of the Star Wars set, if you buy one, you'll get another free. So it's a buy one, get one. It's a BOGO. And the people that were, that had already purchased those, like salty, like why do these people, go and get some and I don't? I mean, that's just kind of the way, that's the way that the world works. Like let's say like Jordan Rhys, I spent a lot more money. I put a lot more money into OMI than Jordan Rhys did. Why does he have more OMI? Because he bought OMI when it was down here. Bought it when it was up here. I mean, I dollar cost averaged, but I put well into the six figures into OMI before Jordan Rhys ever touched it. And it's just the luck of the draw. It's like, hey, when do you find the project? And when do you go invest? I was super early. It was too early. And I spent well over the six figures buying it like 007. And then, other people go in and they'll spend that, down here. And it's like, okay, well, who's better? It's just that luck. So obviously I understand when people say like, oh, if I would have just waited. I mean, if some people would have just waited to buy their Tesla cars, they get a new tax credit, they get a new whatever. Tesla just makes it cheaper. They could have saved $10,000. But you have to understand the reasons why Cryptoys is doing this. Cryptoys had to have spent a lot of marketing on iJustine and on that guy from TikTok. I don't know his name. They have to be spending a lot of money trying to get their marketplace up. They're not making any secondary marketplace fees. Vivi, on average, just makes a lot of money on marketplace fees. Cryptoys is not doing that. They're not getting, and they're also not selling. They didn't sell a ton of the He-Man stuff. They didn't sell a ton of the Star Wars stuff. And already today, on the first, like before it even started, they're like, hey guys, you spend $40 on this new Disney thing that we're doing, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and Pluto, you're going to get one for free. So they already out the gate have a buy one, get one. Now I'm happy they're doing this because that's going to help them get more revenue. That's going to help them get a lot more sales and a lot more revenue. And Cryptoys, do what you got to do. But be advised, if you're already having to do this, already having a buy one, get one before it even starts, I'm not going to take that as a great sign. But again, I want Cryptoys to be successful. I want them to go and have this buy one, get one forever. Have it until you don't need it anymore, until you're finished with the marketplace at least. And then once the marketplace is rolled out and you're starting to make revenue, then then roll it back. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. And I'm going on 24 minutes, so everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, meow. Under 24. Oh, yeah.